To the common eye, the laser light looks like a simple light beam. But if we observe the laser light in depth, three special features can be found in the laser light. Firstly, the laser light is automatic. That is, the same color light is emitted from the laser light. Yes, and that is why laser light is of a specific color. Secondly, laser light is coherent. That is, all the light waves in laser light are aligned, which makes laser light very powerful. Just a few million laser lights can damage the eyes. Thirdly, laser light is very focused. See, laser light does not spread around, but continues in a specific direction, along a straight line. These three characteristics of laser light make it special from all other lights. Now the question is how these characteristics are brought into the light. Let's see how the emitted light is in two types of semiconductors in LED. One is N-type and the other one is P-type. N-type semiconductor has excess electrons. On the other hand, P-type has electron deficiency. Now, even after these two semiconductors are side by side, a minimum voltage is required for electrons to go back from N-type. Therefore, it is said from outside that if N is applied, type has no excess electrons in the deficient region. But in this case, some energy is lost to fill the electron deficit of N, and the energy is released in the form of photons or light. Thus, photons are emitted as long as an external voltage is applied, resulting in LED. The bulb can be seen to change brightness. Now, what color light will be emitted from the LED bulb depends on the material the semiconductor is made of. As you can see in this chart, what color light will be emitted for which material now. If we consider a red LED, then from here, rather than blend the light will be emitted, the magnetic light will now be emitted randomly without emitting the magnetic light at time emitted from the LED. Manu is chromatic but not coherent, so the light emitted from the LED cannot become laser light. The idea of the laser began in 1916 with a publication of Albert Einstein's quantum theory of radiation, where Einstein proposed something like a laser, but it took a long time for the laser to become a reality. It was then said that around the time of Mesmer, Russia's Shameless and Alexander worked on how to make women last longer. At the same time, American scientist Gold was working on the same topic, and his written notice was the first to find the word Riza, but the world's first functional laser. Successfully developed by American Theodore Meymanhazar on May 16, 1960, it began its journey with the My device, although the process was created as a pioneer in working with lasers. Lasers are made of the same nature. Technical days have improved a bit, but the basic principle is the same. Now, let's talk about how Mahimenu made the laser device. We all know that the electron of an atom can go to high energy level by absorbing the electron attraction, and laser can go to pure energy level by radiating energy. This is what is used to enter. Suppose you take a substance. This substance contains atoms. Now, if you apply energy to it, the substance has electrons that absorb the energy and go to the lower energy level. Now the energy released will come out in the form of thermal energy or light energy. As in the case of the LED bulb light emitting diode, it will come out in the form of light energy. Electrons are the source of energy when energy is applied to the substance we are considering. Later it emits light energy in the form of vapors. However, in this case, the emission will not have any specific direction, but will be emitted randomly, so they will not solve the problem. Now Myman uses the randomly emitted photons to bring them to the same state. Ruby atoms have a metastable energy level. For electrons in this metastable energy level, electrons spend a relatively long time. Think of this as a Rabi atom and a Bronsted or pure energy level of an electron. This is a metastable energy level, and this is a subenergy level. Here an atom has 5 of these atoms that are first energized by a light flash called pumping. the electron will go high and then immediately drop from the electron source to the metastable level and remain there for a relatively long time. Now when the photon continues to move forward, due to the impact of this proton, the electron in the metastable of the molecule will drop to the energy level, and at the same time it will emit a photon. That is, under the influence of a proton, another proton is created. Later, under the influence of these two photons, how proton will be created. Now a piece of ruby will have billions of atoms, so billions of photons will be emitted from billions of atoms, each having a wavelength E is here. Now movement will have a lot of proteins emitted, but they will not have any specific direction. E will be emitted randomly now. In different directions, two mirrors are placed on either side of the beam to direct the traveling photon. One of the two mirrors will reflect the handed person light, and some of the light from the development will be reflected. Now the photon produced in parallel due to the law will be reflected in the two mirrors, E between the protective and parallel, will fall, due to which green medium E highlights will continue to form in COVID. Now a very small part of the light confined in the ray will come out through the partially reflecting mirror, and that is the laser light, as long as you put external energy into the patient. E pumping the laser light can be compared to laminar flow requiring a laminate like liquid gas. Just like the flow, the laser is released to eat on light in this case. Now to obtain laminar flow, as the liquid Kester has to be deactivated before the flow mouth. All kinds of turbulence must be deactivated. Similarly, in this case, the laser is stored online, and only the lines with the same condition are allowed to come out from there. You can make any web lens light laser. You just need to choose the right light medium. Note these four. Which type of knowledge medium will emit light of which color or one? As a result, the laser light emitted from the row B is colored red. The only material to use as a game is that you can use liquids and gases as other mediums, such as those used by guys to cut different materials, one of which is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is used as a laser in the laser. The first laser uses solid radiation, but in the carbon dioxide laser, carbon dioxide is used instead of copper. Continuous lasers were first discovered. That is, in this case, light was emitted continuously, but the current shortfalls. There are lasers as well as 85 lasers, and lasers with 15 or 15 lasers are widely used. Gaining a lot of power, the light is brought to a small spot through a lens, so that when the focused laser is directed at an object, the material in that spot is vaporized due to the heat, which cuts the metal, but continuously, which results in the heat energy spreads over a large area. So the cut part is not cured, but when using a straight path laser, the heat energy cannot spread over a large area, so the cut part is very slow. A few days ago, a 1-second pulse laser was developed, through which imaging of electrons can be done in this 1 second. Nobel Prize was awarded in 2030 for the invention of pulse laser. To know how electron imaging is done with 1-second pulse laser, you can watch this video of mine. Today's use is widespread like telecommunication optical fibers. 0-1 signal is light on and off. Lasers and short pulses are used as light, resulting in more in a shorter time. Lasers have been used in various ways, including experimental surgery and cancer treatment in the field of medicine. Lasers are used in defense systems. Lasers are also used in research. Ground-based telescopes use lasers to create artificial stars, which are quite helpful in studying real stars. In fact, lasers are used in some way in almost all industries and in our daily life. There are uses of laser which has made our life easier without our knowledge. It is constantly being improved, along with the scope of use of laser is increasing, but in our personal life, we do some abuse of laser, like you can buy laser pointer from the market. We should be careful in using this point, because this laser is capable of harming the eyes. If the laser thrown by you is funny, or for various reasons, it can cause serious damage to the eyes of that person. Moreover, throwing laser in the sky unnecessarily can disrupt the air traffic, so we must be careful when using it.